Hi guys, welcome back to the Matrix of Life channel, and in this video I will be talking about one of my favorite topics I love with my entire heart, primary elements, and how they are coping with stress and depression, and how it's healthy for you to cope with any sort of stress and depression and breakups, especially breakups. How different elements coping with breakups and broken heart again. So guys, and I will start with a story. Just imagine somewhere in India or in La La Land was a little or big Buddha, and his primary element was water. He was watery person, and for him it was so fine and pretty much okay to sit entire day under the tree, do nothing, just meditate and find enlightenment in this process. So that was his way of coping with stress, of getting pleasure from this life. That was his best solution for any problems. Sit under tree and meditate. And remember, this Buddha baby, this Buddha man, he was water, according to his first primary element. And he was sitting on the tree, doing just nothing, while fire and earth somewhere there ruling the world, doing everything for this world, material world. Little Buddha or big Buddha was sitting under the tree, sitting still, in a meditation. He was sitting like this, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours. If fire element tried like this, he or she would went bananas. I guarantee you this. But there were aerial people whose primary element is air. And these people, they are most curious cats on the planet Earth. And because fire and earth, they very busy with ruling this world, actually. Taking charge on ruling this earth. Earth is going with long-term plans, and fire providing insurance on each and every fuck-ups Earth wasn't able to foresee, okay, coming. That's fire and earth, they're pretty much busy. They have no time for but air people, they walking everywhere. They so curious. They most curious cats on the planet Earth. And they stopped by this tree where this Buddha was sitting, and they start asking questions. What are you doing? And why you sitting here? And what this meditation scene is about? And air people, cause they so keen about all sort of information, all sort of knowledge. They stopped by, they start discussion with Buddha, and he passed his knowledge, only his vision, only his pure, only his panacea, or call it whatsoever, he passed to aerial people. And they thought, okay, he's doing this, and they tried to do it together with him. Because they like monkeys. Air people like monkeys. Whatever they seen, they are copying. They will be copying, okay. They think, oh wow, he is doing meditation, and they sit together with him under the tree and start trying, to become enlightened as well, to find this enlightenment. It was not that easy for them to see that much as well, but they went out to their villages, to their towns, and they found watery people who love to do nothing. Just sit still, because for watery person to lay on the sofa and do nothing for entire day, not even move their finger, it's okay, situationship, he isn't lazy, he is a water, or she is a water, just, They found such people, and they shared with them such knowledge And water people liked this idea, and they joined this entire meditation scene. Wow! And then information starts spreading thanks to air people, because they spread in whatsoever there is, it necessary or not, is it handy or not, whatsoever information they stopping by, they will be sharing this. Okay, and if you get in a lot of like chain letters and all sort of postcards, memes, gifs, whatsoever, smiles, it's air people, most likely. Just talk, share information, necessarily not handy, not, they will be sharing unstoppable in this. They start sharing. And then fire people stopped by. And fire people, they want to say, let me say you how it will be in English. I am so sorry, guys. Russian. How it will be in English? Pioneers, yeah, so simple. Fire people, they are pioneers of anything and everything. They are pioneers. So fire people, they stopped by this strange Buddha, and they asked, wow, we never seen this dude is sitting for hours, just like statue, in this position. He's sitting for hours and hours. Wow, that's something new. We've never seen this. We should try. And fire people, they tried, but again, fire people just tried to sit in meditation, and they had something scratching, to scratch on their back. They seen a fly, they got distracted easily, they seen a flower, they seen someone running somewhere, and they decided, okay, maybe we should run as well, something going on there, someone needs our help. So they were not able to sit still for hours and hours and meditate, and they decided, well, okay, we tried this, we did our best, then bye-bye. That's fire people. And then fire people came to earth people and said, when they report on what they did for earth people, like earth feudal sent fire person to collect taxes, and this tax collector, he stopped by this Buddha and tried for 10 minutes to meditate with this Buddha, just because he never seen this, and that's something new. But if he will be going next time and seeing this Buddha again, he won't be even given a shit about. But for first time he have seen this Buddha, he tried, and he come back to this feudal, brought him and said, look, today I seen a strange dude under the tree, and he's doing this thing called meditation. So they discussed with Earth, and Earth said, yeah, I have even heard a lot of people sharing, this knowledge, how to meditate, they sharing. And then Earth person said, well, it clicked in their brain, it's becoming popular, so why not to pay these people little money for sharing this knowledge and collect from the rest of idiots bigger money to make it profitable, to make this entire meditation profitable. So those people who making meditation courses, meditation everything, most likely it's earth people who just seeing this, like, let's monetize it, earth people said. And fire people, because they're pioneers, fire people said, well, let's improve this, because we can't just copy paste this entire Buddha scene and like copy paste and sell. We should improve this, fire person said, because fire people, they're very creative, they pioneers. Everywhere they go, they're trying to improve things, they trying to make things work differently, they bring in very creative elements in their activities, fire people. And they say to us people, no, we won't be selling like this. That's so boring, and why people should buy this crap if they can get from some naive, stupid aerial people for free? No, let's improve this and monetize this. And Fire person said, okay, let's take our musicians, because I was so damn bored to death while I was trying to meditate with this stupid asshole under the tree. I was so damn bored. Let's take our musician, and while person will be sitting under the tree, let's musician play around, and we call it meditation scene, and sell it and teach people how to do this. So fiery people most likely added some meditation music, meditation lyrics, meditation guides, meditation shoes, meditation clothes. This all was invented by fiery people, and earth people just decided to sell it, giving credits to fire people. Wow, that's a brilliant idea. We definitely should sell this. But fiery person, she or he offered, let's produce some clothes for meditation, because it's not comfortable to sit maybe naked, because I got mosquitoes all over my back while I tried to sit there on the tree next to river. Maybe some anti-mosquito clothes for sitting there. But fire person, I had to go in details where, how to produce this freaking meditation clothes, what should be a pattern for, for this. I so damn bored. It's like me trying to finish this mandala calendar for 2021, and I'm facing so many crazy details which are just killing me. I got idea, I got description, I got mandalas. That's where I wanna stop and delegate this shit, because I already so tired to go deeper and deeper in fucking details. It irritates me so much. I don't have patience to finish this. I need someone like Earth to come and finish my fucking idea for me. That's why Fire and Earth, they work together the best. The next. So Fire is a pioneer. He offered, let's add maybe music to meditation, let's add meditation clothes, let's add meditation bracelet, let's add meditation beads to help. This all was invented not by Buddha but by fire people who just stopped by and for a second tried this om. That's it. Okay, and it was popularized by aerial people with fire element as third element, with emotional, who triggered by new things. Okay, here we have entire picture. Earth people got money, they making all these meditation courses, this everything. They most likely hire aerial people to make the blah blah blah. And originally was invented by a water person who need to find an excuse for them not working in a field but being lazy, seeking for enlightenment. This how it works. That's my fairy tale in terms of primary elements. How this everything happened, how meditation spread in the world, and how different elements take part in it. I hope you liked it. Let me know in comments. That's originally my idea and my fairy tale. No offense to Buddha, I don't know him in person. Maybe in past life I was even one that I'm now so critical on. Just take it for fun. The next thing. How different elements coping with breakups, depression and stress. I will start with telling you a story. Once after breakup, we all feeling not good, okay? And from one of my friends, I was getting advices, sort of go visit psychologist. Most likely this is gonna be advices of aerial people and watery people. Watery people with third air element. Okay, go chat to your friends. Tell everyone, asking advice, something like this. air, water friends, earth friends said just shift your mind back to work, because that's how they coping. And I have one brilliant friend, my true soulmate. She is so amazing because her first element is earth, but her third element is fire. So we match one another, we complete in one another. Okay, we're reading, so we able to read thoughts of one another. And she said me, because she is earth's practical one, and what she gonna offer gonna be about material things, let's say, and what she gonna offer gonna be about actions. And she said okay, she lived in her private house and had a dog outside, in a dog house specially built to guard, to guard home next to gates. And she was cleaning in this dog space, and of course this dog was shitting and everything. And she said, okay, I can collect my dog's shit, and let's go paint your ex car with dog's shit. When I heard her suggestion, I wanted to kiss her. I'm not a lesbian, but I wanted to kiss her, like, oh my god, that's exactly, like what I needed. Did we or didn't? I am leaving this up to you, to suggest. I'm not sharing. It's not a confession. I'm not in church. But when I heard this idea, like, let's go paint his car with my dog's shit. Let's do it late at night, and this everything. When I heard her, and that was amazing. Not tears, not cries, not sharing with friends, not going to the bar, not shifting focus back to work. Nothing was helping, because it didn't match my elements to cope with stress and stressful situation. But what she suggested was exactly in tune. Okay, did we or did not? Up to you to decide. Okay, I will leave this as a mystery. Okay, next. I'm gonna start with aerial people, those whose first element, primary element, is air. And these people most likely invented these anonymous alcoholics groups, anonymous drug taker groups. People who come in, getting together in a circle, and they share in their experience and so on. With this painful situation, definitely was invented by aerial people, and it's helping them. But the thing is, it's helpful only for them, for those people who have air element as a primary element, and might help a little bit to those people who have air element as the third element. That's it, guys. But they, to cope with stress, they will be sharing with everyone. Those who air by first element, but by third element, they earth, they most likely will be sharing anonymously somewhere at the forum. Because earth makes accent, makes them want to keep privacy to some extent. So they won't be sharing openly as the rest of aerial people. They will be sharing like anonymously, air, earth. Anonymously, even not in this anonymous alcoholic group where people meet face to face. No, they will be sharing under a nickname of even other gender somewhere on the internet forum. But they will be sharing always. They might disclose it to their diary if they have trust issues and other earth elements like second earth elements, fourth earth elements. They might even only disclose this to their feelings to their diary, no one else. But they will be sharing, and they will be writing a lot, just a lot of shit. okay, how they going through stressful situation. But all these anonymous alcoholics was invented by aerial people to cope with stress. Anonymous whatsoever, groups of support whatsoever, psychologists online whatsoever, and this gonna help only to aerial people. So you should understand, if you have as a primary element, it might not help you at all. And aerial people, they sort of universal. Other things might help them as well if they join in. Let's say watery person, two friends, one with air primary element, first element, and other with water primary element. They both experience recently breakup. And watery elements say, let's go get loose, let's go to the bar, get drunk until we can think clear anymore. And aerial person, even though it's not the way to cope with stress, she might join, because they might join any other person who experiencing the same what they experiencing, and they will be joining this person like just to try this way. Out of friendship, out of company feeling, you know. These aerial people, they will join, okay, so why not? Why not to join this activity? They will be joining, of course, they will be joining this activity. So watery people, how else they coping with stress? They sort of laying on the bed crying, a lot of tears. And here I recommend, if you man and you have primary element water, it's not shame for you to cry. Especially if you have first element water and third element water, it's necessarily nothing wrong with you, because some men might think that I shouldn't cry, then it's sign of weakness. But not for all men, please keep this in mind. Not for all men. I'm not telling to earthman with third element fire that you should cry, baby, and nothing wrong with this. No, for these elements, man, it will be so wrong, okay, you should understand. But for those men who have water as a primary element and water as the emotional especially, it's okay to cry. You need this. If you don't want problems with your health, then go for it and cry, even being alone, but cry, okay? So that's okay. Water elements, they will be crying over something. Some of them will be watching melodrama, especially watching, because earth people with third element water, they might read some romance, bromance, or book related to this or that psychological problems. But water people, they will be watching, because they see people, they see emotions, they see acting, they experiencing something same. So they will be watching, they will be listening to very sad, heartbreaking music, a lot lyrics. They will be shitting on the wall on Facebook, everywhere. They will be shitting on the wall with the songs, with sad statuses. Especially waters who have third element air, okay, they will be crying all over their Facebook pages. But aerial people, they won't be doing like this, because they need feedback. They need they didn't need just to express him as watery person. Aerial people need communication, feedback. They always need feedback. And if no one comment in the status, what's the point to share it on the wall? For aerial person, what's the point of sharing this at the wall on Facebook? If they need feedback, if they need other person to comment on the shit they're sharing. So here you should see difference. You might mistaken water for air, just telling, look, she's sharing a lot at her Facebook, or he's sharing a lot at his Facebook. He might be air, because you said that aerial people, they love to share information. For aerial people, always important, chat. Aerial people can't chat to themselves for a long period of time, they lose an interest. But watery people, for them, just important to let this out, and next they don't care, so they will be sharing through their social, just in order to let this out. They will be sharing at YouTube this all sad songs, lyrics, and so on. They might even have at their Facebook pages watery people turned off option to comment something, okay? Just they need to let it out. That's the difference. You should understand this. In coping with stress, okay, and coping, going through breakups and everything, earth people, these people tend to become shopaholics. These people tend to indulge in food, you know, eating their stress. Earth people, you know, they will be eating, trying to compensate with some sweet things. And especially those earth people who have water as third element. And these watery people with third element earth, they will be indulging in sweets, in sweet foods, candies, cakes, and everything. They will indulge in this. So they will indulge in this. When they through stress or breakup or depression, then they will eat food, sweet food, just in order to feel better. That's a thing. Earth people, shopaholics, they will most likely go out and spend big amount of money on themselves when they going through stress and depression. Especially if they're very impulsive, like having maybe fire as third element, then they might spend impulsively, without double thoughts, if they have fire or air, because air and fire at some extent they will want to brag they purchase to other people as well. Earth, most likely, you know, such people, they turning off their phones, they disappear from social networks for a few weeks or few days. They not answering, not talking to anyone. They just go into the cave and grieving there in silence and solitude and all alone. That's earth definitely, and some earth people as well. They will be just going through stress, depression, breakup like this. They will be locking themselves, but that's strong earth, okay? They will be locking themselves, turning everything off, not even removing their social accounts in order not to see their exes. That's earth most likely. They will be acting like this and coping with stress like this, okay? As well, they will be reading something. Earth air, they might even go to psychologist to cope with this. Earth fire, earth air as well might go shopping. And earth water, they most likely indulge in sweets or eating, you know, and giving up on their appearances, and this is their everything, you know. They will just give up on their everything and will, like, you know, very bright example in Big Bang Theory. I think Penny is either earth water, either water earth. I haven't seen this film series for a while, so I can't say just right now, but there was an example with Penny. She locked in a room, indulging computer games and everything, and even start forgetting to take shower and things, you know, and indulge in sweet food. So that's a script, how they will be coping with the stress. And most difficult it will be for fire elements to cope with stress. Why so? Simply explained, one drop of water, can it hurt you? No. Unless you add some poison maybe to this one drop of water. That's why when you going into conflict with watery people, please beware, they're very tricky. Most likely they will be acting behind your back, spreading gossips, okay, and making some traps for you. When you one blow of air, can it hurt you? No, it's not hurricane. So no, it couldn't, unless you again put some poison powder on it, and you know. Next, one let's say one hand of sand or earth can hurt you. Yes, it can hurt your eyes. So it's more dangerous to go in conflict with earth people. It might cost you. It might cost you. If you go against earth, if you go into conflict with earth, yeah, earth already can hurt you and hurt you well. But when you go against fire, that's the most dangerous, to get into conflict with the fire elements, because just one spark can destroy an entire building. Just one spark is enough. For you to understand this difference between all the elements, one spark is just most dangerous. From just one spark can raise entire can be entire forest might die just because of one spark. That's why my recommendation, please never go against fire people in terms of conflict, if you don't want yourself to earn yourself a great headache, okay? Because that's really, and that's why most difficult for fire people to cope with stress, because usual casual ways of coping with stress not that satisfying for fire people, because they're very emotional, okay, and their emotions depends on the other elements. If they have more intuitive elements in their chart, first element chart, then of course it will be even more difficult. If they have some logic as me, it will be a bit easier, but just a little bit. And I'm sure that all these fiery elements, those people who have fire as a primary element, they invented such places like you can go and crash things somewhere when you're stressed. You can hit your boss, okay, or throw darts in the picture of your boss, something like this. Definitely was invented by fire people. Juju stuff was invented by fire people for sure, with all these needles poking into the doll, which represents a person who made you upset. Definitely this was invented by fire people, okay, by fiery elements, just to do something to this voodoo doll. But because fire is about actions, always coping with stress about actions to fire, okay. Coping with stress for us about logic. Some us get in distraction in work, some us get in distraction in shopping, some us get in distraction in a book. So, but fire most difficult, because they need either to go to the shooting range to let the anger out, let the depression out. Fire goes to shooting range. Me myself have appointment here for to go and shoot somewhere targets. That's fire, because we need action to let our stress out, and this action should be let's say not harmful towards other people. Some fire elements who just fire, total fire, they, such computer games, when they shooting a lot, killing people, this everything. Me, myself, I don't like such games, because to me it's senseless to play, and it's addictive, I think, and because my third element is earth, it's sort of restriction. It's no to me, like why I need all this cruelty and all this stupidness in my eyes. I won't be playing such games and wasting my time, like, because people playing such games 5, 6, 10 hours, you know, just shooting, going around, shooting enemies, killing someone. That's for fire, for pure fire, those whose first element fire and third element fire, so they have no inner conflict. They will be going and doing this in computer game. Okay, I will be going to the shooting range. Why? Because my third element is earth. I am getting a practical skill of self-defense. In case I need to protect myself, then I know how to shoot. Okay, if I need to protect, that's practical to me. It's very practical. But to shoot someone in computer stimulating game, seeing all this horror because they making this so realistic nowadays, to me it's huge no. So I will be more practical, like letting my stress out. Or I will write it down, you know, everything I hate and burn it. That's the most peaceful. Or I have old cup I don't like, then I will break it and get rid of it. So for fire earth, I would recommend to have a box with old stuff you want to get rid of. And when you experience stress, depression, any sort of upsetting things, go and just crash this stuff, as in some places you can do for paying money. I think in Japan people invented this. I don't remember clearly to whom give credits, but for sure, I'm sure 100% it were fire people. So fire people, they need action. Some will go and jump with parachute. Some fire people will go do something crazy, like ride a motorbike on fast speed, okay? And that's again fire, total fire. They will go out for a ride on a really crazy fast speed just to let the emotion out, okay? Here is the thing, so please, that's why I recommend fire people to be careful when they letting the stress out. Better go enroll yourself to the shooting range, book yourself sometimes there, so whenever you feel stressed, you go in there and you improving your skill, mastering your skill. Or maybe find yourself some peaceful solution with having old stuff you can destroy at home, you know, because not all of us living in Japan where you have special rooms where you come and can hit. For some fire people, I would recommend boxing. So when you feel upset, let your emotion out by boxing. As well, really nice idea and safe for other people around. So that's why, just from one spark, and that's why I would never recommend you to go against fiery people, because if you go against water, well, you might be upset, you might be tricked, you might be backstabbed. If you go against earth, well, it might be really unpleasant, because earth is very calculated, cold-blooded, and can, you know, like outsmart you, really. If you go against a aerial person, then everybody around will be knowing about your conflict, such details which even you don't know, especially if this air person have third element water. They might create some really crazy outstanding gossip to hurt you. But if you go against fire person, you might lose your everything, because fire, it's almost unstoppable, and it's, you know, a real fire. So guys, think wisely, and I am using such recommendations which I'm sharing today. Some couples coming applying for consultation when they get in divorce, and I'm looking at the primary elements, and then I am telling how they should go to court to divide something to based on elements. because it's gonna provide full picture how you will be behaving during divorce, because divorce, it's very stressful situation. And some person, if you will try to take, because I know situationship, I say to women that please don't do this. She's very greedy, she is Earth, and she wanted to sue from her husband during divorce his car, beloved car, and you know what he did? He burned this car, and he burned the house. So nothing to, just for this, in order for this not to go to her. And I said to her, no, you will be very stupid, don't provoke him. I gave her this recommendation, so said don't provoke him, because she didn't believe back then, because Earth, as I am telling you, those people who have Earth as a primary element, it's most difficult people to work with. They doubting, they questioning whatsoever you telling them, because in their eyes it's based on some crazy juju stuff. In their eyes it's astrology, primary elements, numerology, whatsoever, tarot cards, whatsoever you telling them. It's like they might willing to hear something, but she only was willing because of recommendations. She got recommendation from trustworthy friend who worked with me for a while and achieved something, and she was curious, like, okay, and she come to me, but she's Earth by her first element and her third element. I said to you, please, because her husband is fire, I said, don't provoke him, don't you dare provoke him and try to sue from him half of this or that. At the end she left with nothing. So please, never go against fire, never go against fire, because fire is pioneers. They very heroic people. They used to fight for idea. If Earth people, they make really good contract warriors, contract soldiers. It's mostly Earth people. They getting paid for, and with third element fire, but they getting paid for being a soldier. That's majority, 60 and more % of his contract people. They Earth fire, and rest of them Earth something, okay, in army. And fire people, they will fight for idea, for what they think is right, and they won't stop until they win, okay. And her ex-husband thought that that's his car. He was ready to pay her half of how house costs, but she wanted house for herself, she wanted car for herself. They had crazy situations, and he burned this everything. He said, okay, I earned this everything. I can earn this everything. I can earn again. I can repeat this. But you will get nothing. There was crazy dramatic situationship, and I have many more of such stories. Actually, one day I hope it will be book. But I'm not motivated enough to put it in the book. I need motivation, fire needs motivation to go. So give me some motivation to share with you more of my knowledge and experience. I will be waiting for your likes. I will be waiting for your comments. If this video was useful, entertaining, and interesting for you, let me know your reactions, how you react to stress, to break up. What is your reaction? And you might get free calculation of your primary elements if I found your comment interesting, okay? It's not like just I watch movies. If you really giving me feedback, I might suggest you elements, and then I might ask you to give me date of birth so we calculate your primary elements. So let's try these experiments, guys who really like to watch me, and see you soon. Bye bye.